Hi there, this is Moira Soul, mentor, coach MCC level, and I wanted to share with you something that happened to me in a mentor session today with a coach who is applying for her PCC. So we're having a session regarding this, and she did a beautiful session. Uh, Still, some of the things, of course, can always, yeah, be improved. And that reminded me of the power of allowing the subconscious mind to come into the session. And there are multiple of tricks or things that we can do for that. And here I'm going to talk more about when you set the space as of a coaching session, let's say. So it can come from the very beginning. Few things can create a huge difference. So first, thing that can create a difference is to make sure that um, there is not necessarily a camera as you're having the coaching session, so that as a coach you are becoming more of a voice. When there's a camera, it's as if you were really sitting next or in front of your client and looking at each other's eyes. And this creates more a dialogue and blocks the client to enter within. So you can, of course, warm it up at the beginning and say hello and etc., etc., and then really switch off your camera so that you become more of a voice. And you can play more with your tone of voice that will allow your clients not to stay in the conscious mind. And you can tell here, for example, the voice I'm using is really conscious mind oriented and go more into the subconscious mind so that they can imagine more and more possibilities. Yeah. Do you hear the difference? It creates a huge difference when you ask questions um, for your client because they can really bring more newness. Now, if your client wants to keep their camera on, and that can be something, and okay, fine, no worries. In this case, you can ask them uh, to prepare the background of their space, and that will be their very coaching space. Why? First, because most of the people, they don't necessarily have the time to move from one place to another, etc., etc. So if they have a dedicated place for their coaching, they will like almost instantly put themselves in the shoes that I'm going to be coached and I'm going to free myself from so many limiting beliefs. Yeah. So ask them prior to the coaching to prepare the space. Now, sometimes it's impossible. Yeah. And I'm not a huge fan of virtual background, but if they come on the way, that is fine in this that we have so many possibilities in terms of virtual background. So bring this as a warm up. Oh, you chose that virtual background today. So, what is the energy that this is bringing to our conversation to have chosen that background? And already you assisting to set the space for them so that they really uh, um, leave the day-to-day life and get ready to enter in a resourceful universe from which they will gather a lot of informations, prepare lots of opportunities, and manifest their life. And the third thing that will really assist you to have a very deep and meaningful conversation that will transform positively the life of your client is also making sure that you are ready to listen from the energy or emotional level. So, what is going on? What is happening energetically, emotionally for my clients right now? And then bring back the structure so that you can conduct the coaching session. Remember that all the story, all the circumstance are just here as excuses to have a transformation that is bigger. Every session is an opportunity for identity expansion. Remember that. So listen from the emotional level or the emotions that are engaged in the process, the energy that is going on, and then bringing a structure that will allow your client to really navigate through the session and find their own answers. When you do this, rather than the other way around, you really, really assist your client to connect to their higher self. Most of the time, we naturally go into, okay, we need to go from point A to B to C. So we put the structure first, and then we try to hear what are the emotions and energy that it generates. We don't generate energy from a structure. Yeah. We generate naturally some energy and some emotions. And then it's how we structure them or their journey that will allow us to progress. So for the coach, it's all about preparing yourself mentally to listen first from that perspective. And your structure as a coach will follow. You will conduct your coaching session and your client will get result because you really want that. This is already set in your intention. So this is in the field. You won't lose yourself. But here, what is going on beyond that, beyond the surface for your clients? And then you will touch them at a very deep level that will serve them for a whole life. Hope these three things serve you. Bye bye.